our hostel. Sun drop. Just had tea. Weather's looking promising potentially. It was hammering down earlier. So just going to charge these last few bits and pieces up and then head up towards Malin Head and see what's going to happen for sunset. We've been there before, haven't we? See you up there. So the chances of you being able to hear me is probably slim to middling. So I'm right on the northern tip of the northwestern tip of Ireland, Malin Head, and I completely forgot two things. One, it's May the 4th, as in May the 4th be with you, and B, they're actually filming Star Wars down there. I actually forgot. If I all of a sudden get chucked out of here because they think I'm snitching on them, then but I literally hadn't got a clue. Anyway, so this is a reasonably sort of popular shot with people. I didn't come here last time. Didn't really have the time last time. The sun, well, who knows what it's going to do. But what I'm hoping is that we get a little bit of light at some point soon, because I think if I wait till the sun sets, it'll be just a little bit too far around, and we're not going to get too much colour on the rocks down here. So I would like a little bit more foreground interest, i.e. I would like to go further forward, but as you can tell it's very, very windy and I would rather not die tonight. So I'm going to stay here, and instead of, I'm using the 10 to 24, but I'm actually going to sort of bring it into about 20 mil and play about with that, just to remove some of this foreground. Now, maybe whenever some of this thrift comes up later in the summer, you might get a bit of interest here, but right now there's not really a lot going on. So, and of course, for this to really work, it does need the light. The clouds are moving a little bit, so I might try a 20-30 second exposure and see what happens there. But yeah, so here we are, Malin Head, northwestern point of Ireland, on Star Wars Day, where they're filming Star Wars. Oops. Some really nice squalls out on the horizon there. Fingers crossed I don't get hit with some of those. Right, let's play with some positions. Not using filters at the moment. Little tip I normally would say is, you know, just while you're playing about with your composition, while you're playing about with your settings, leave the filter in the bag. You want to sort of have as little in the way while you're sort of setting things up as possible, and then bring the filters out if need be at the last minute. Given the fact that I have a soft grad, I'll probably get away with using a soft grad on here. If you had a hard grad with kind of jagged rocks and everything, you might need to do some multiple exposures, but I should be able to get away with a soft grad. Slapped in the face by my neck strap. Right, let's do this. Way too windy to be doing long exposure stuff up on top of the headland. And despite it looking like it was going to be a good sunset, it just wasn't. Just too windy. Just too windy. So what I'm going to do is, rather than stay up on the exposed point, this wind is blowing right across me, so I'm hoping to get in behind the headland here, still get the sun coming down and not get blown away. So try to cut the long exposures, and while they look rather nice on the back of the camera, there's no way they're going to be sharp, because it was taking all my might to actually hold the camera on this. So, what a place though. Oh god, should run off the edge here. So you see already how the wind perhaps is dropping just a little bit as I just get a little bit of shelter. So what I might do is sort of hunker down in here somewhere. Actually, yeah, look, there's something there perhaps. Of course, now we're going to be shooting into that sun, but so far I've been shooting away from the sun, because the clouds are actually taking on just a little bit of the evening light, but this looks like it might be something if I don't die first. Dying to see Chewbacca. So in a situation like this, where everywhere you look there is potentially stunning scenery, it can be very easy just to point your camera at anything and shoot. So it's good practice just to take stock, even while your camera is, I mean, I'm shooting a long exposure here, and I'm kind of just looking about, trying to find some lines. There's some natural lines in the rock, but also the clouds are kind of moving this way, and actually this way towards the squall. Excuse me just a moment. Just stopping that. So make sure, you know, as tempting as it is, that you just don't come in all guns blazing and just shoot. You know, slow yourself down, look for compositions. I'm still trying to find a decent composition, because I don't want to get too close to the edge, and I'm shooting on a 10-24. It's quite difficult to get something of interest in the foreground. But I absolutely love the shape of the clouds. I love the patterns in the water. Very nice. Still shooting with the raindrops? Yes, it is. Still shooting with the 10-stop NZ filter, the 3-stop ND Grad, f13. That was a 60-second exposure, ISO 200. And I'm actually at 10mm now. I love all the cracks. I love all the sort of gnarliness of this place. Still no Chewbacca. Okay, so reasonably happy with this composition. I've actually come to the edge. It's a long way down. So again, just using, now the plan is, when hopefully that sun drops below that bank of cloud, this rock will actually get lit up. These clouds will take on a little bit more colour, but we'll still get those beautiful textures in the sea. So I'm shooting at the full 10mm, again with the ND Grad 10-stop, sorry, ND filter 10-stop, ND Grad 3-stop, and just wanting, the sun literally is just coming down from below that cloud bank, will hopefully give a little bit more. There seems to be some sort of copperish tones in the rock already, and that's what I'm kind of hoping for. And in fact, little puddles, always good to look for kind of wet little puddles in rocks as well, because again, that will take on the reflections, the sort of light off the sunset. So I've been going here for 1 minute 30 seconds. 1 minute, I'm going to do this for about 1 minute 50. Obviously when the sun peaks down from below the cloud, we won't need to shoot for so long, because there will be a little bit more light in the scene. But what I may end up doing is compositing some of these shots in, so because I do quite like. So let's just I love the sky. And so kind of what I'm doing is the shape of the rock going out is almost kind of taking the eye here. Now, if I was a greedy man, oh, goodness me. If I was a greedy man, would have a bolt of lightning on the horizon. Pretty stunning place. Right, fingers crossed that sun drops below the horizon and we get a little bit of colour. As I say, let's just recap, let's just slow it down. Do exactly that when you find yourself in a position in a location which is just stunning, don't just run in and shoot all around you. Look for best compositions. Obviously, step number one, safety first as always. Even though I've come down to the edge, I'm a little bit safer because I do have this kind of ledge here. So safety first. Slow yourself down. Look for good compositions. Look for those lines. And then once you're all set up, wait for the light. And that's what we're going to do now. Wait for the light. I get the feeling this could end up being pretty epic. The clouds are looking pretty damn sweet. Right. 9 times out of 10, 99 times out of 100, 999 times out of 1,000. You get the picture. Sunset fizzles, and that's what's going to happen here. So, bank of cloud by the horizon, but more worryingly, a pretty gnarly smlech moving in. So, pretty sure nothing doing. Just had that running on a long exposure for 3 minutes or so. Yeah, we've been losing all the detail from the sky. Well, it's kind of the way it happened. I mean, I just don't think anything's gonna come. Basically, what's going on here? We've had a squall move in, front move in, kind of over here, and it's kind of coming right, sort of that way. There's also moisture in the air here. There's a chance that these clouds might take on just a little bit of colour, but you can see how the clouds could look just in that little gap there. Oh well. It's still an absolute privilege to be out here. So I think that's pretty much going to be me for day one. I'm here for another day and a half in this area. Probably going to split this video up into several parts, trying to keep them now sort of no longer than 10 minutes. So I'll probably split this up into various parts, maybe even splice in, you know, a day bit from tomorrow into today's one. Who knows? But I think I'm going to go back now and pour myself a glass of wine. Donegal, County Donegal, you're pretty epic. Or maybe I'll go and look for Princess Leia. Clouds are going to be so they're yeah, you get my drift.